Power tools use many ball bearings to allow various components to rotate. Over time, a ball bearing will wear and begin to fail. A bearing that is failing will usually give warning, often with a squeaking or a squealing sound. Replacing a ball bearing is a repair that you can do yourself, and I'm going to show you how.
Hi, I'm Mark Socha.
Do-it-yourself repairs like these are easier than you might think. From lawn machines to cordless drills, kitchen mixers,
Outdoor grills.
our how-to videos walk you through each repair from start to finish. So doing it yourself means never having to do it alone.
Let's get started.
I'll begin by removing the motor brushes. Now remove the motor from the rest of the saw. And I'll remove the armature. Next, I'll remove the guard. And now the blade. Now I need to disconnect the guard linkage so that I can remove the gearbox cover. To do that, first I'll remove the screw at the bottom of the linkage. And now the retaining ring that secures the center of the linkage. With the fasteners removed, I can pull the linkage out of the way. Now I'll remove the bearing retainer and the gearbox cover. Now I'll use a bearing puller to remove the bearing. Next, I'll remove the retaining ring. And now remove the spindle from the gear. And I'll remove the spindle from the bearing. Now I can install the new bearing. First, I'll reinstall the spindle. Next, I'll install this assembly back into the housing. Now I'll reinstall the gear. I'll place the spindle into the vise, so I'm clamping against the flats on either side of the spindle. Also, I want the vise jaws to be resting against the shoulders. I'll place the gear over the spindle and use a socket to install it. It's important as I do this that I keep the teeth aligned between the two gears so I don't damage them. Now I'll reinstall the retaining ring. And I'll reinstall the inner bearing. I want to install it so it's flush with the shaft. Now reinstall the gearbox assembly. And secure it with the screws. And the bearing retainer. Now reinstall the guard link. First I'll connect the lower portion of the link. Now reconnect the center portion of the link. A magnet's helpful to align the parts. Now the retaining ring. Once the retaining ring is aligned with the pin, I'll use a screwdriver to snap it into place. Now reinstall the blade. First the inner flange, followed by the blade, the outer flange, and the blade bolt. Now I can reinstall the guard. I'll align it with the saw, secure it with the screw in the front, and then tighten up the bolt in the back. Now I'll reinstall the armature. Now I'll reinstall the motor. I'll place the motor baffle inside the housing and then install the motor over the armature. And I'll secure it in place with the screws. And I'll finish up by reinstalling the brushes. And that's all it takes to replace the ball bearing in your power tool. Be sure to check back often for new videos and expert advice. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up.
And leave a comment.